Hi, welcome back to Sport on 7. The Sevens ground for many is somewhere we only go once a year, but there is plenty happening there without the IRB Rugby Sevens taking place. On Friday, the Emirates Airline 2020 took place with the MCC, the famous founding club of cricket, going up against England's top county sides and also an Emirates select side as well. With names such as Rahul Dravid, Steve Harmison and Sean Tait all there, it was a chance to see some of the best players in the world. There has been plenty of cricket in the country of late. The Pakistan versus England series covered Dubai and Abu Dhabi, whilst the T20 qualifiers have taken place over the last 2 weeks. On some days, up to 8 matches on the go at venues in Sharjah, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. The fans certainly appreciate seeing their heroes, and they enjoy getting closer than ever before at the Emirates Airline 2020. Behind me, Steve Harmison is signing the autographs of the many fans here today to see the Emirates Airline 2020. I spoke to Steve earlier on about cricket in Dubai. The T20 World Cup qualifiers are taking place, of course, over the last couple of weeks, which has seen some fantastic cricket from the associate teams around the world and some superb games as well. It's great to have that competition in the country here.
It is, like you said before, it's a perfect place to have world cricket because it is. It's in the middle of where you want the cricket, where the cricket nations are, and it's fantastic. Michael Di Benito, who's played for Durham for the last 4 or 5 years, represented Australia a few times, and he played for Italy. And well, we caught up with Michael last night, and he comes back to us tomorrow. And they've enjoyed it, and he enjoyed the fact that he's playing with people who just love the game. They're not playing for the money of the game. They're not playing for the big sponsorships. They're playing because they love the game. That's what these emerging nations are. And I spent an hour and a half with Geraint Jones last night in my room. He's playing for Papua New Guinea, and he says he can't believe just the enthusiasm of the younger players that are coming into the game from Papua New Guinea, who are probably not going to play again as a team till maybe 12 months' time. And the enjoyment, and we were in the pool last night, and they were singing the team song after they had won, and things like that make you realise that this game is, people love playing this game, and the Papua New Guinea lads enjoyed themselves last night. So for me, you see that tournament's perfect without seeing any games because everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. So now, well done to the ICC for that, and hopefully one of them emerging nations go on and beat a top nation in the World Cup, and then the progression is what you want.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Ireland have done it in the past, haven't they, at World Cups and beating the top nations. I think it's a question of funding with those smaller teams, but in terms of the actual quality of the players, there's some superb talent around, and it is just a case of the funding and picking those teams up and giving them the right resources to go on and become a full international team.
Well, you're spot on. That's what you want. You want them to be exposed to the big boys. Not too much, because coming from the big boys' point of view, you don't want to be playing extra games of cricket against the smaller teams because of then you would have to spend an extra 2-3 weeks at tournaments. The tournaments are prolonged for a more intense period, a longer period, and the way the world calendar is at the moment in time, that's not really what the top nations need. But if you can get these emerging nations playing against each other and the best 2 or 3 teams go through, who are improving because they're playing more teams together, then you might see the emerging nations beating the top teams, and that's what you want. You want the top teams to be tested in the first couple of games in tournaments for then cricket to move on. So it is a good thing and a good idea, and you want the top players playing against these emerging players to give them a chance to get better. But I think the way they've got it at the moment is perfect.
As well as the former England international, the Durham star was not the only big name competing. Australia's Sean Tait, the man who has bowled the second fastest of all time, was on show, as well as Indian legends Rahul Dravid and Sourav Ganguly, all of them loving being in Dubai.
Yeah, it's my first time here. It's nice to come and represent the MCC, but I think obviously the World Cricket Academy is based in Dubai, so there's things happening in cricket, and I think it's a nice sort of central place for cricketers from around the world, and have tournaments like this. It's a good place to come, for sure.
Yeah, we've been in Dubai a few times in the past, especially playing in Sharjah. Obviously things have changed here. This is my second time to this venue. Obviously, as Sean said, there's the World Cricket Academy here. The facilities have gone different. Dubai has changed over the years. But for Indians and Asians, I think they've been to Sharjah before, so they've been to this part of the world.
Similar to Saurav, I think, early memories of coming here and playing in the early part of my career till 2000, a lot of cricket in Sharjah. I've been coming back here on and off. I played the day-night 4-day game last year in Abu Dhabi as well. Really enjoyed that. I thought that was a great idea and a great experiment. I'm glad to see that it continues. And like Saurav said and Sean said, I think the fact that the ICC World 2020 qualification tournament is being played here just shows the importance of cricket in this region and how it's grown since the early days when we used to come here as the early part of my career.
Rahul Dravid's career is quite exceptional. Voted the ICC Player of the Year and Test Player of the Year in 2004, he captained India for 25 tests. He also reached 13,000 runs, only second to Sachin Tendulkar. But it wasn't only batting he was good at.
Sweetie, you've just got Steve Harmison's autograph, but I know you're a big fan of Rahul Dravid as well. Let's just talk about him for a second. Right time to retire for him, do you think?
I would think yes. You should go when you're probably on a high. He didn't have a good series in Australia. He did very well in England last year, probably the highest scorer in the Test cricket whole of last year. That was probably the right time. He probably played one series too much. That's what I would think. But yes, the right time to go.
World record holder for the most amount of Test catches as well. Who's the next big player for you guys?
Purely from a Test match point of view, I would rate Ricky Ponting as the next best.
But for Indian?
Indian, it'll be Sachin Tendulkar.
You can throw as many facts as you want at Rahul, but for him, it's just about achieving your best.
It's not really about the numbers or what I achieved or what I didn't achieve. It's really about the effort that I put in. I think when I look back on 20 odd years of first class cricket, from the time I started, I think I did everything I possibly could to try and get better and to improve and become the best player I could possibly become. I have failed in a few times. I have not been able to do things. I have had some success as well. But in the end of the day, I think I have no regrets because I tried my best. And I think that's all you can ask of yourself, really.
For Dravid's team, the MCC, they were beaten in the semi-final by Lancashire. It was a full day of top-class cricket and another great day at the Sevens. Sussex went on to win the 2012 tournament as they followed up, falling short in the previous 2 years to go on and win this year. Sussex scored 162 runs from their 20 overs, whilst Lancashire only managed 105. And if anyone was still questioning Rahul Dravid's decision to retire, maybe these shots will go some way to convincing you that he made the right decision. Also at the Sevens on Friday was the Golf Gaelic Games, which we'll take a look at in part 3 of Sport on 7 tonight. Right now, though, let's go to a place that will have the world's cameras on it on Saturday, Maidan. Not just about horse racing, no. The tennis academy there is second to none, and they want you to be playing your best tennis.
Hi, my name is Sergio Gaioni, and I'm a part of the Tennis 360 tennis team here at the Maidan Tennis Centre. Now I'm going to go through a more advanced forehand technique that more probably teenagers would use. And so the way we're going to do this, first of all, we'll look at the grip. Kids now are probably into a semi-western grip. Okay, so they're holding the racket a bit like this. They're going to be in their ready position. The difference now is they develop their loop, okay, but the feet are key. So they're going to be in their ready position. They're going to run a little bit. They're going to plant their left foot first, then they're going to plant their right foot. But at this stage, the racket will be back here, and they're going to swing. Okay, knee's going to be a little bit bent. They're going to swing, and they're going to transfer the weight through the shot. Okay, now the hip is a lot more involved with the shot. Okay, and now the power through the leg. So they're going to start off like this in their ready position. They're going to move. Okay, they're going to put left foot, right foot. The racket will be back here. Okay, left hand out in front. They're going to swing, and they're going to push their right hip, if they're right-handed, through the shot. If they're left-handed, they'll push their left hip through the shot. Because now the power is starting to come out of your legs, okay, and your hip.
See you at Wimbledon. Stay there then, as next on Sport on 7 we'll look at all the big results of the last week in sport, as well as taking a look at how the Golf Gaelic Games got on at the Sevens ground on Friday. See you in a minute.